One time for camera, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you be able to hold this for me?
I was applauding for your emancipation, brother. I was really encouraging that shit.
Oh, you're going on.
I'll be goddamn, the resurrection of Timothy McVeigh was on stage tonight. I'll be, anyway. Hey, how about we have a lady, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. All this sausage fest, now it's time for let the women represent. How would y'all like that? Yeah. Well, say no further, say less. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one time for Jane. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Come on up here, lady.
I'd like to thank this table for staying. Just off the top of my head, I kind of like it when the other comics stay and watch everybody instead of leaving. It's just me. Okay, I try to do some estrogen comedy to kind of keep things toned down a little. We got a lot of kind of throbbing stuff going on up here. Some of you guys might tell I look a little bit maybe androgynous, maybe a little bit in the middle. So, hormones do that. There's something called HRT, and so if you're an XY, you take these hormones, and it tends to soften you a little. And it can have these other effects too. And I don't think a lot of people necessarily understand all these little distinctions between being transgender or being on HRT and all these sorts of things. But let me tell you just a couple of things about when I started having these ideas. And it was late. I was around 50 years old. And, well, for the women, let me tell you, here's some ways you might be able to tell that your husband might be a tranny. So, if you come home early and you find him in a little French maid outfit, vacuuming, he's got the mop over here and all this stuff. He's not doing housework. He waited till you walked in that door, and then he might be a tranny. And when I say tranny, because I adopted, so many people make fun of transgender people, and you know, there's sort of that thing where you kind of take it back and you say, I'm Jewish, or whatever. Here's one for you. Okay, there were 12 topless women, since everyone likes the little nasty jokes. And they were all under one umbrella, but none of them got wet. Can anyone explain how?
You want an actual guess?
Yes.
It wasn't raining?
It wasn't raining. So, are you telling me that's an old joke?
I know, I was just guessing. I'm sorry.
No. Are you telling me that was an old joke?
No.
Yes, you are, sir. You're telling me that was an old joke. And listen, old jokes are not to be laughed at.
Oh, shit.
Okay, here's something one of my buddies told me. You know, I kind of grew up like late 70s and stuff. Things were kind of sleazy back then. And so, you had like these theaters, and they'd have like, I don't know, Bambi over here, and over here they got like Debbie Does Dallas or whatever. And so, you know, people would switch back and forth a lot of that. So, anyway, this couple goes in there, and they're kind of thinking they're going to mess around a little. Then all of a sudden, this guy comes and plops himself right next to her. And, you know, nobody thinks. The boyfriend says, just ignore her, just ignore her. So later on, she says, honey, I mean, this guy's really hot. Just ignore her, just ignore her. Well, here's what you don't know. So this guy comes in here, and he's a real creep. He's got this duck down his pants. He's thinking this wasn't talking. So in the middle, all of a sudden, it's just too. He undoes his duck's head pops out. And so she's like, honey, I think he has his penis out. I said, just ignore it, just ignore it. Honey, what now? It's eating my popcorn. Old jokes to be laughed at. Anybody Jewish? See, this is a hard night for me. So we're having Passover or whatever. I don't know if anybody heard, but the archaeologists lately, since we're in Passover, found out that really they looked at all the evidence. Moses never existed, and so there really weren't all these, these 10, we call it the torture, 10 curses on Egypt and all that. Never really happened. And they also found out similarly with Joshua. they can't find any evidence for him either. And that was the big story with Jericho. You know, I learned in Sunday school, you know, the walls came tumbling down, and they killed every single inhabitant, man, woman, child, and animal. Well, they found out that didn't happen either. And so at first, all these Christian groups were all upset. Oh, no, what are we going to do? They're trying to say the Bible's not real. So they called the Jewish group. They're telling us that never happened. You mean the one time we've been accused of genocide and it didn't happen? We're thrilled. We've been trying to make that die down in the media for years. And so that's how the Jews accommodate their religion. They don't overthink it. They know right and wrong. And when they get a chance to look at media, they go for it. Let me see here. Anybody have any questions? Anything you'd like to ask a transgender person? Do you want to have a chance to ask? Go ahead.
What are your pronouns?
What are my pronouns? So see, this is the thing. So I kind of have a personality called non-binary. So it's almost more like two personalities. And so this is what I think is kind of interesting. So I'm a lawyer, so in my real life. So one day I'll go as Will, that's my alter. So he's in court, he's got his tongue. Next day I go as Jane. Jane dresses me like I think. And so the judges are in there and they're like, what are you? They have no idea what it is. Basically, you know, from our draft, that's the restroom I use, and those are the names I go by. And I think I might be just about the only one in the airlines who's ever done that at the same time. I don't have a dead name, so that's something that's a little different. I want both of my names on my tombstone or whatever. Wait, I don't know how much time I have here. None. Okay, well, how do I get out there? Okay, let me just tell you. At the end of the marriage, things weren't going very well. And so I went ahead and I started doing estrogen and these things called anti-androgen secretly. And so my ex, she goes into my sock drawer. And she finds these things. She finds these programs, your birth control, and these other anti-androgens that make you weak, kind of make your hair grow. Right? And so anyway, she says, why do you have all these things? Why do you have all these pills? So, you know, estrogens make you nicer. Those are for you, honey. Anyway, thank you guys. This is my second time.
Y'all give it up for stubborn and confused in the house, ladies and gentlemen.